Hello humans, this is Jason, and today I'll be playing Nordic Weasel Games 5 Parsecs from Home, 3rd edition, also known as the Fancy Pants Modiphius edition. It's a solo tabletop sci-fi adventure game that people seem to really enjoy. This crew has a few missions under its belt now, so hopefully they'll be able to impress you. Speaking of the crew, time for a quick introduction. Meet Captain Verdun, Blue, Flavio, Spiegel, and the new guys, Packer, and the total asshole, Dewey. This is my 5th campaign turn, so let's go through the world steps. First, I do some repairs on my ship, and then pay down some of the debt. Your initial ship debt is usually a big part of your campaign play. Next, I spend 4 credits to accelerate Verdun's healing. He should have been fine, but he got into a fight with Dewey, who knocked him out. That asshole. Moving on to crew tasks, Spiegel repairs a broken bot that we found. Verdun and Blue find a couple of jobs for us to do. Flavio and Packer go shopping, and Dewey gets into a fight in a bar and is taken out for 3 campaign turns. Such an asshole. We get a couple of job offers, but the one we take is from the sector government. It pays well, and it's just a delivery mission. I guess their videos are late and it's a bad part of town. Here's the map, with my crew set up along the left edge. Over here are the anarchists patrolling the neighborhood, and our Dropbox objective is on this center platform. We start the action by trying to seize the initiative. 2d6 plus my highest savvy, plus 1 for being outnumbered. I got a 10, which is just enough for a free move or shoot for each of my crew members. With no enemies in sight, and only being able to hit on a 6 during this step anyway, I choose to move everybody forward. The sooner we can drop off the objective and get out of here, the better. And now the normal reaction roll. It's a die for each crew member, which I then assign as I see fit. If the die is equal to or less than the reaction score, they get to go first. Here I'm using red dice for the fast phase and blue dice for the slow phase. We've got a job to do, so I don't waste any time dashing plus 2 inches toward the objective. In the enemy phase, 8 aggressive anarchists with hand lasers and nasty rattle guns begin dashing towards my position. As aggressive enemies, they always move at least half a move towards me, with the exception of those armed with heavy weapons, who will hold the position if they have a shot. That's because heavy weapons, like this rattle gun, get a -1 penalty to hit if the character moves. So he'll need 6s to hit Blue in the open. Unfortunately, the rattle gun gets 3 dice to hit, and gets a 5-6-6. Crap. Learning my lesson from my first ill-fated mission, I spend one of my limited story points to reroll the dice. 2-3-6. That's better, but I have to keep the result. Now that's 1 hit, so I roll a d6 under Blue's toughness of 3. 4. Come on, story point. 5. Well, crap. That puts Blue out of the action. The other rattle gunner moves up and tries the same thing, lining up a shot at Packer down these stairs. He rolls 3 dice, needing 6s, and gets 1 6. Alright, fingers crossed. Rolling against toughness 3, I get a 4. And I'm not wasting up story points on a noob. Finally, this last anarchist runs up and tries to laser Verdun. He needs a 6 and gets a 5. Yikes. Finally, we come to the slow phase. Flavio moves up against this car and takes a shot at an anarchist. He hits with a 6, but a 1 for damage only stuns the enemy. Finally, Spiegel moves up behind this car and attacks, but misses. Turn 2 starts, and with only 3 guys left, I roll 3 dice for reactions. I assign the dice, and then Verdun, who's carrying the package, makes for the drop box. In the enemy phase, the rattle gunner attacks. It's hard to tell from this angle, but Verdun is partially obscured, so he counts as in cover. The rattle gun attacks, and gets 1 hit. Unfortunately, this is my captain, and he has the objective package, so I'm going to spend another story point. Rerolling, miss. Awesome. Then the other rattle gunner attacks. 3 6s, come on! Clearly I have to spend a story point to reroll that. 1 3 5. Well heck, with Verdun within 6 inches and in the open, that's still 3s are better to hit, so that's still 2 hits. For toughness I get 2 and 2, which means Verdun is stunned twice. The other anarchist moves in for a shot, but can't quite see around the tree. Then the rest of the anarchists come. This first one is stunned, so he has to either move or shoot, and he of course charges forward. The next one moves up to shoot at Flavio, but he misses. This other one does the same thing, but also misses. And then the leader moves forward, but can't find a target. This guy in the back has a target though, and it's Verdun. He charges forward to get into a brawl. Unlike ranged combat, a brawl is a d6 dice off, with the winner damaging the loser. This anarchist has a pistol for a +1 bonus, and also gets a bonus for each stun marker that Verdun has. But Verdun has an awesome glare sword with a +2 bonus and a free reroll. And I needed that reroll too, because you know I rolled a 1. But the reroll gave me a 6, which allowed me to beat him 8-6, and the toughness roll of 4 was enough to take him out. In the slow phase, Spiegel moves around to get a better shot, and takes out this anarchist. And Flavio takes out the next guy. At the end of the round, if the enemy lost any figures, they check morale. I roll a die for each enemy lost, and for each die below the threshold, one of the enemies near the enemy edge runs away. And in this case, one rattle gunner bails. Then turn 3 starts, and I assign my reaction dice. I'm going to have Flavio go first this time, and it's a good thing too, as he handily takes out another anarchist. In the enemy phase, the rattle gunner advances on Verdun, but he can't see him, so instead he'll take a shot at Spiegel, and 5 damage takes Spiegel out. And I decide not to use a story point for him. The other anarchist advances, and we move to the other side. Here comes the boss. She's a lieutenant, so she has a +1 combat skill, but she's also the priority target, giving her +1 toughness. This could be tricky. Luckily, she still manages to miss. Hoping not to get murdered too badly, Verdun moves behind the drop box for its limited cover, and uses his combat action to drop off the objective. Mission accomplished. Now I just need to get the heck out of here. Unfortunately, everybody's slow this turn. That means the enemy goes first, and the boss brawls Flavio. They both have blades and +1 combat skill, so this should be an even fight. I roll a die for each of them. 6 and 6. It's a tie. And not only do they both hit, but the natural 6s mean they both do 2 hits to each other. And the results are enough to take them both down. Crazy! Well, it looks like I front-loaded all of my bad luck, because the rattle gunner runs up the stairs and shoots at Verdun, but misses. The other anarchist also misses, giving Verdun a chance to jump over the wall. I haven't mentioned it, but the enemy have been passing all of their morale checks, by the way. My luck continues as Verdun activates in the fast phase. He dashes for cover behind this car. It's the best he can do with the distance he can cover. The anarchist comes down the stairs and shoots and misses again. I might just make it out of here. The rattle gunner does the same thing, and he misses too. I am definitely gonna live. Unless I go slow again in the 6th turn. Yep, like that. The first anarchist runs up to brawl. But luckily I've got my glare sword. But it doesn't help if I roll like crap, especially if I roll the same number again using the glare sword special ability. Our attack rolls tie, and we both get taken out. I do have some story points left, but I feel like I really should save them. I'll probably be fine. Time to see what happens next. I know what you're thinking. Wait, shouldn't your captain have luck? Well, he should, but I lost it all in some very bad decisions early on. So let's go to the post-battle. First we see if these jerks become rivals, and luckily no. As criminals they have an increased chance, but I rolled high. Then, having succeeded at the mission, barely, I mark my employer as a new patron. And then it's time to get paid. I get 5 credits, plus 3 more in danger pay, and another 3 for taking out the priority target. Nice. Unfortunately, Verdun will be laid up for 4 turns, but Flavio and Packer will be out in just 1. Blue is just KO'd and will be fine. And Spiegel actually earned a point of XP from Hard Knocks. I don't do any shopping or training, but I do roll in the campaign events table. I guess barely succeeding isn't good enough for the sector government, and now they refuse to do business with me in the future. I've lost a patron. I really do lead a charmed life. Finally, I roll for a character event. Flavio starts to wonder who he really is. He stops chasing fame and decides that glory is the real goal in life. And there you go, a full session of 5 Parsecs from Home, 3rd edition. Keeping in mind that dice hate me, this session was pretty rough, but I've had some good sessions before this. This is just the one that got recorded. Besides, sometimes you eat the space bear, and sometimes the space bear, well, he eats you. Don't worry, your space dudes will abide. Thanks for enduring this. Gisela Vida.